Welcome to Tuesdays with Terry. We're excited because it is lucky episode 13. We have two wonderful guests today. We're going to talk, as always, all things Aquinas, get to know our community, and share some interesting stories, I am sure, as we go through our episode today. So today, our first guest is Christina from the library. Welcome.
Thanks.
It's glad to have you here. So thanks for coming on Tuesdays with Terry. I know you had mixed feelings about it at first.
I did.
You did, but we got you here.
You did.
Yeah, excellent. So one of the things we like to do and talk through here on the show is tell us a little bit about your journey. Like, what was your career path that brought you here to Aquinas?
Okay. Well, I went to college, and then I was an English major, and with an anthropology minor at Grand Valley.
Okay.
But then the anthropology professor that I loved so much, well, actually, I'm sorry, I was double major. But the anthropology professor who I really loved and was the linguistics guy, he ended up dying tragically. And so I ended up just being an English major. And so I graduated, and then I thought, what do you do with that? And so I had a couple of ideas. One was to go to study folklore.
Okay.
And the other was to study linguistics. And then I thought again, well, what do I do with that? And I really wasn't interested in teaching. And so I wasn't sure what to do. And then I thought, libraries. I love libraries. And I was working at a bookstore. I was around books all the time.
Yep.
And I just thought, maybe that's what I'd like to do. And so I went to library school. And then I got a job at the Grand Rapids Public Library, and I worked at all kinds of branches and the main library, and loved it. Loved public libraries. And then I got a part-time job at Grand Valley as an adjunct librarian, worked there for a couple of years. Had an interview there and was called to have an interview at Aquinas because I applied here too. Okay. And I love this campus because I've lived in Grand Rapids for a long time, and I remember those little houses by Brookby, and I wanted to live in those. Like when I was like in my early 20s, that was my dream house. Those little houses there that and so I thought, man, like Aquinas is so beautiful. Yep. And it has those little houses. Well, I thought it did. I don't think it did at the time. But anyway, and had this interview, and it went really well. Yeah. And then I was offered the job the day before my interview at Grand Valley. Okay. And I had to decide, do I do the interview? Do I wait? And I loved my interview so much, and I loved, there were co-directors at the time, and I just loved them. They're great. They're funny. They're friendly. They had good energy. And I just was like, I'm going to take the job at Aquinas. And did not want to go into academia. Public libraries were where my heart was. And but I got the job, and I loved it. And I have loved it. And I still love it. Excellent. And I'm really happy to be here. Yeah, we're happy you're here. I'm 18 years. 18 years now. So the incoming class, I've worked here as long as they've been alive. Well,
Christina, we're very happy you're here. Now, you mentioned through library school. Like, tell us a little bit about library school. Like, what are things that, like, your discernment moving into the profession? Like, were there concentration areas or tracks or particular things that you kind of, you're like, this is what I love. You mentioned you love the public library side.
Yes, and so that's where I focused my attention, was in public libraries. And I had to take a library administration class, and I hated it. And I thought, I don't need this class. I will never be in that position.
and here we are.
Here I am. But yes, I focused on public librarianship and still ended up here. My favorite class in grad school was a history of the book class.
Okay.
And the professor was engaging and exciting and snarky, and I loved that experience, and it was just like so interesting, so rich, the history of books.
Yeah.
And just the printed word, you know, super fascinating. But yeah, I really thought I would be in public libraries forever, and it didn't work out that way, and here I am.
Well, we're glad your path brought you here.
I am too.
Yeah. So, lots happening in the library. The library, I noticed over my last year here, it's busy. People are coming in and out. Like, what are some things that you're excited about potentially this upcoming year? Just in general, what's happening in the library?
Well, in the past couple of years, we have morphed more into a kind of a student learning facility, and so we not only have the library and librarians who can help with, you know, the research portion of the papers and the citing the sources and the evaluating information and all of that. We also have the writing center, which is a nice pairing with, you know, you get information and then you write about it, and so it's like a one-stop shop for that. And then we also have the tutoring. Peer tutoring is there. This year, the OLLI program has moved into the building, and so I think it's going to be even more vibrant there, and I think there's going to be a bigger, diverse community of people there because of the OLLI program, so there will be some older folks in there, as well as the students. We have a bunch of new students working this semester, so I'm excited to get to know them. We've had some staffing changes, and so we are in the process right now of figuring out, you know, who's going to train the students, me, and when they start, and I'm excited about that challenge because I haven't really had to do that before and relied on others to do it, and so I hope I do a good job.
You'll be fine.
I will be fine. But really, I'm excited about the opportunity to collaborate with more departments. I was just talking to, or Bridget Avery texted me this weekend and asked me about using some books for a program that she had, and so we might collaborate on something like that. And, I like the energy of the library, and like study tables are there, and I think that brings in a whole bunch of energy and people who might not come into the library otherwise, and I think they find that it's a welcoming spot, and that's my main goal in being a director there, is to make sure people feel welcome and not intimidated to ask questions.
Great, and I think there is, and I've seen it this last year, I look forward, the vibrancy of the building, just the engagement, the different pockets of things that are happening within the library on the different floors. I mean, it's an exciting place, and I look forward to the fall. You know, and I know there's more things to come from the library in the future, because we've also talked about a little project involving potentially some community members that walk through. That may be able to check something out of a different type of library. Which naturally brings us to Biscuit's Corner.
I see what you're talking about.
You see what I did? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Do you want me to mention that right here, or is that a secret?
I think we can come back to that maybe potentially a little later. But Biscuit's Corner, because we want to get to know your pets. And through the magic of technology, we have a photo up here. See, there you go. Tell us a little bit about your pets.
Yes, I have 3 cats. 3 is probably a little too many, but that's okay because I love them all, and they're all their own little people in my house. So one is named Donna. She's the furriest one. I don't know which order she's in the photo, but she was named Donna because when she was a kitten, she looked like Don Knotts. And I
Oh.
know some of you don't know who Don Knotts is, but look it up. And so she was hideous and, sorry, Don, but adorable at the same time. And so had to take her. She was the runt. And then her sister is named Penny, and we named her Penny. She's the other one that's the same colors as Donna. She has copper eyes.
Okay.
And so we call her Pin Pan.
Okay.
And then the last one is named Barbara, and we named her Barbara because we found her as a stray outside of a bar.
Okay, so you've taken the name, so Barbara, okay, yeah.
Her name is Barbara, you know?
Okay.
Anyway, and she's sassy.
Oh,
She likes to cause some trouble.
Oh, does she instigate things
She
with the other two?
absolutely does.
Absolutely does?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Now, one of your favorites that you already said you practiced one with our rapid fire questions.
I did.
Yep. So I'm going to give you the softball one first.
Okay.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip with praline pecan as a runner-up.
Oh, okay. So you got two.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's fair. So we'll. I told you I had a new one.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm nervous about it.
Nah, it'll be a good one. So if there was a breakfast cereal you felt that aligned with you, your personality, what cereal would that be?
Probably like Fruit Loops. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's fair. See,
That's not my favorite though.
Okay, it's not your. What is your favorite breakfast cereal though?
If anyone's watching this, I'm weird a little bit, I guess, but grape nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one has ever said that ever, probably.
That's a new one for me. But hey, that's okay.
Yeah, I like it.
That's okay. So, favorite cookie?
My grandma's peanut butter cookies.
Okay. Excellent. Your favorite cheese?
Oh, yes. Well, like others on this program, I do like a really sharp cheddar,
Yep.
with the crystals. I saw somebody mentioned Prairie Breeze.
Yeah.
I got you. I like that too. But also, I love a really funky blue cheese.
Oh, really? Okay. Like, is blue cheese something that you'll put on some different things, like a burger or a salad or anything like that? Like that's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or a cracker.
Or a cracker.
Or a
Okay.
pizza.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And we're about, like, we record this like over lunchtime, so now we're talking about now we're talking about food. So, gloves or mittens?
Mittens.
Oh, mittens.
Yeah.
You're pretty strong with the mittens there.
I am.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about that. I don't like gloves. I don't like how they feel, and they don't keep my fingers warm.
Okay.
At all, ever.
Okay.
So in mittens, you can go like this and like keep your own hands warm because gloves don't do it.
Okay. I think, Christina, you've been the strongest mittens advocate on the show, which is okay. On one of the warmest days of the year as we record.
No kidding,
as we record today. So this has been great. As we kind of wrap up, we kind of alluded to something that we're thinking about. Do you want to do just like a quick, 15-second idea sharing what we're thinking about?
Yeah. So we have a little library outside the big library, where you can borrow and donate books, but lots of people walk their dogs around here, and so I think we're going to put in a stick library too for those friendly visitors to campus who can't read.
Oh, excellent. So as we continue to brainstorm that, appreciate it. I appreciate all that you do here at Aquinas and working with our students and our team. So thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for making me be here.
Excellent.
It was fun. I loved it.
Good. Excellent. We'll be right back here shortly with our next guest. Look forward to seeing you here in a few minutes. Welcome back to Tuesdays with Terry. We're very excited. Our next guest here coming to us from our athletic department. Joey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's really fun to be here today.
Yeah. One of the things, there's always a lot happening in athletics. It seems to be one area, too, as part of our campus community that's busy from early morning into late in the evenings. But you, since you've been here, how long has it been now?
It is 8 months now.
8 months now. So we're getting closer to the year. So tell me a little bit about that journey here. Like, what brought Joey to Aquinas?
Well, I can tell you, and this is, both professionally and personally, I'm a good little Catholic boy, or at least that's what my parents think. And I've always had a connection to Aquinas. I have a couple of my great aunts, including my mother's godmother, is a nun. And since I was little, you need to go to Aquinas, you need to go to Aquinas. And there were a lot of things that kind of matched up, but for whatever reason, some of my athletic scholarships sent me in different directions. So after I was done with college, I immediately did a little bit of time as a television producer up in Cadillac.
Okay.
I didn't like the day-to-day news. So an opportunity at Grand Rapids Community College as the aquatics and sports information director opened up.
Aquatics. Okay.
And for some reason, for the rest of my career up until my first retirement, I did aquatics and athletics simultaneously.
Okay.
So 15 years at Grand Rapids Community College, where I worked a lot with, ironically, one of the legends here at Aquinas, Coach Bo. And he made me feel so welcome here. He wanted me to do a lot of the broadcasting for Aquinas. And I started out in the late 90s doing some broadcasting for AQ. And while I was never full-time because of my other job, I was always here nonstop since that point. And around 2010, as colleges have some issues with finance, it worked out that it was time for me to look for a different job. And I decided to go to East Kentwood High School and work for Kentwood Public Schools as an assistant AD / SID and aquatics director.
Aquatics is staying true here, Joey.
Indeed. And so I did that part. And to be honest with you, if you would have ever told me that I would end up going 33 years for schools working as an SID in aquatics, I would have believed the SID. I never would have believed I made it that many years. And so I had the opportunity to retire a little over a year ago. I did, and that lasted a few months until my wife said, "You're driving yourself crazy. You need to find a good fit." And, God works in mysterious ways, and that path led me to here. And several people recommended me for the position of Director of Athletic Communications. And it worked out so right. And I've never felt more welcome and so happy to be someplace. It doesn't feel like work when you really want to be here.
And I think that comes through, Joey. One of the things that, like, your interest and passion not only for the game, the sports that we have here, but also our student success. Really kind of promoting our students' stories. Because as we know, like, our student stories are powerful here. And I think we really do here at Aquinas work to meet students where they're at and help, guide their journey through to success and what success would look like for them and helping shape that. And that's, I appreciate that. I appreciate, your passion. You also help me follow baseball because I can put it on and, you're calling the game. And we obviously both have, a love of baseball as well. So, like, what part of, like, I come back to the aquatics piece because I knew, but I also didn't know. Like, what part of the aquatics piece is just something that's kept that interest and that passion, over those years?
I've been involved with all sorts of sports my whole career. I was a long time, pretty successful water polo coach.
Okay.
And that kind of fit in hand in hand. And honestly, over the duration of the time, both my middle daughter and my youngest child, my son, they both became very good water polo and swimmers.
Okay.
And being able to take the two, I mean, I was overseeing. It's really funny. I tell the story now. No matter what I did, especially later in my career, if I did something that was pro swimming, well, you're only saying that because your daughter's on the swim team. When at the exact same time in season, they would say the opposite. Oh, you're only doing that for water polo because your son's on the water polo team. So I was like, no matter what I did, half the people were either going to think I was supporting one group or being negative to the other, when the truth of the matter, much like we deal with here every day, you can't have tunnel vision on one thing. You're always looking at the big picture.
Yeah. And I think that's the exciting piece of the big picture for higher ed, and our path forward is really about not losing the core and staying, passionate toward community, passionate toward, working together to move our path forward. And I think there's some exciting momentum that we're seeing here at Aquinas.
I don't think you could be at Aquinas at a better time right now. We might have had some trials and tribulations, for lack of a better term, but we are definitely on the upward tick right now, and there's so many amazing people we work with at different parts of the college, and boy, to use a baseball metaphor, we hit a home run with Sister Maureen, grand slam.
And I think that's, we're excited about how we continue to work with our community partners, how we engage them over the next year. I agree, there's a lot of great things happening. Now, you sent us a photo. Yep. So we're going to transition here to Biscuit's Corner. So through the magic of technology, our photo is here. Tell us a little bit about your pet.
This is my puppy, Wick.
Okay.
Wick is one. We have two dogs right now. Wick is obviously a standard poodle, and then we have a mutt that we have as well, and that's Murphy.
Okay.
Our little Murphy.
Yeah.
But Wick was my retirement gift from my wife.
Okay.
She's like, I need to get something to keep you occupied, and believe me, Wick does that.
Wick does that. Yeah.
I equate him, in showing my age here, to Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies. He's aloof, he's always happy, he's always everything, but you gotta settle him down, and he's not a rocket science.
So he's busy.
Yes.
He's very busy.
Awesome. Great dog, though, great dog.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing. When we kind of work with our guests, we also like to fire off some rapid fire questions to get to know you a little bit. You've been here in the studio, our previous guest, you kind of heard some of those, so we're going to try to mix it up a little bit, but obviously some will still be the same.
Okay.
All right. So your favorite cheese?
Pepper Jack.
Ooh, pepper jack. Okay. Your favorite ice cream?
That's a tough one. I'm going to go with Blue Moon.
Oh, Blue Moon. Okay. Your favorite? Actually, not. I'm going to change this because I'm going to use it because I used it with our previous guest and it created quite a great conversation. What breakfast cereal reflects your personality, Joey?
Oh, jeez. Well, to use one of my repeated metaphors, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Okay, Cocoa Puffs. Okay. That one did not come up in our previous conversation, but thank you for that. Gloves or mittens?
I'm actually a mittens guy.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I appreciate the gloves and everything if I'm playing baseball. The mittens are good. My fingers are in there. I don't need to have them spread apart on anything. And to be honest with you, I like to be able to, sometimes in the mittens I think you can stay warmer with mittens and gloves.
I think this is a first for Tuesdays with Terry. We had back-to-back fans of mittens. I think this is a first for one of our episodes. Lucky episode 13, that I might add. So maybe it's fitting for this episode. But Joey, one other thing. So if I were to hand you a voucher to travel, but you needed to leave in the next hour, go to the airport, the voucher will cover you to travel anywhere, but you had to leave in the next hour, where would you go?
No question on this one. I'd go right back where I spent my honeymoon with my wife, and that's in Maui.
Okay.
I haven't been back there since. That was 28 years ago, so I would love to go back to Maui.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this has been great, Joey. It's been great having you on the show. Look forward to hearing more from you. Particularly, I know you're very active on social media and promoting our students and promoting Aquinas, so we appreciate that greatly. So thank you for being on the show.
It's truly my honor and privilege.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us this week on Tuesdays with Terry. We're very excited to wrap up this episode, but also looking forward to some future episodes we have already lined up. If you're interested, feel free to reach out and contact me, and we will help make it happen for you to join us on the show. So again, thank you for joining us for Tuesdays with Terry, learning all things about Aquinas and our community here, both on and off campus. Have a great day, everyone.